I flew 14 hours to start my new life, but it almost ended right at the border. The immigration officer asked me one simple question. My textbook English completely failed me, and within 30 seconds, I was pulled into the secondary questioning room. If you are traveling abroad, do not get on that plane until you know how to answer this exact trick question. Let's go back 30 minutes. Mina was 26, freshly landed at Heathrow Airport. She was exhausted but excited. Her English vocabulary consisted of hello and thank you, but she had memorized her hotel address. How hard could it be? She stood in the all other passports line, clutching her documents. When it was her turn, she walked up to the booth with a big, confident smile. The officer didn't smile back. He flipped through her passport and fired off a question so fast, it sounded like one long word. The reality hit her. She had prepared for "How are you?" not a rapid-fire interrogation. Surprise set in as the line behind her grew impatient. If she answered wrong, she could be denied entry.
Passport. What's the purpose of your visit?
I am travel.
Right. How long are you planning to stay in the UK?
Yes?
Madam, what is your return date?
Mina smiled and said yes to a "how long" question. The officer's eyes narrowed. In an emergency, nobody cares about your grammar. If you want to pass immigration without being dragged to providing fingerprints in a back room, you must know purpose and how long. Mina found a small flat in East London. On her first morning, she walked into the cafe downstairs. This should be easy, she thought. I just need to order coffee. The barista smiled and said 3 words that completely confused her.
Morning. What can I get you? You all right?
I want my coffee hot.
Of course. What kind? Latte, Americano, flat white?
Yes, Americano.
Lovely. For here or takeaway?
Yeah, here.
She got her coffee, but she felt embarrassed. I want coffee. That's what her textbook taught her. But in London, nobody says I want. They say, can I get a, or I'll have a... Here's the thing, I want coffee isn't wrong, but it sounds like a demand. In English, we soften our requests. Can I get a, or I'll have a, these tiny phrases make you sound natural. And please at the end? Always a good idea in the UK. Weeks passed. Mina started picking up phrases everywhere. At the shop, she heard people say cheers instead of thank you. On the bus, someone said, sorry, is anyone sitting here? Instead of can I sit? She carried a small notebook and wrote down everything she heard. The cafe barista, his name was Tom, started to recognize her. Every morning, the same order. But now she said it differently.
Morning, can I get an Americano, please?
The usual, coming right up.
Cheers.
It was such a small moment. But for Mina, it was everything. She sounded like she belonged. But then came the interview that changed everything. 3 months after arriving in London, Mina found a job posting for a junior marketing role at a small agency in Shoreditch. She applied, mostly as practice. She never expected to get a reply. But she did. The interview was on a Tuesday morning. She prepared for 3 days. She practiced, tell me about yourself 50 times in the mirror. She looked up every possible question online. She was ready. Or so she thought. Tuesday morning, Mina put on her best outfit. She took the overground to Shoreditch High Street. The agency was on the 3rd floor of an old brick building. The interviewer was a woman named Sarah. Blonde hair, warm smile, very fast English.
Hi, Mina. Thanks for coming in. Have a seat.
Thank you, nice to meet you.
So, tell me a bit about yourself.
Yes, I am from Korea. I am a very boring person. I like marketing very much.
Sorry?
I am boring. About marketing, I study many years.
Mina meant to say she was interested, but she said boring, and then she said it again. The room was silent for 2 seconds, and those 2 seconds felt like 2 hours. This is one of the most common mistakes in English. Boring describes the thing that causes boredom. The movie was boring. Bored describes the person who feels it. I was bored. But in an interview, don't say either. Say, I'm interested in or I'm passionate about. These phrases show energy and confidence. Sarah paused, then smiled. She could tell Mina was nervous. Instead of ending the interview, she did something unexpected. She slowed down her English and gave Mina another chance.
I think you mean you're interested in marketing, right?
Oh, yes, interested. I am very interested. Sorry, my English...
Don't worry about it. Your English is much better than my Korean. Now, what interests you about marketing specifically?
I like how stories can change people's minds. I want to learn to tell stories for brands. In Korea, I worked in trading, but I always wanted to do creative work.
I love that answer. That's exactly what we do here.
Mina didn't get the job that day, but she got something better. She got a call back for a second interview. And more importantly, she never confused boring and interested again. 6 months after landing in London, Mina's life looked completely different. She got the marketing job on her second interview. Tom from the cafe? He became one of her first friends in London. She still carried her notebook, but now it was almost full. She'd learned something important. Fluency isn't about perfect grammar. It's about the courage to speak, the willingness to make mistakes, and the small phrases that connect you to people. Can I get a cheers? Where are you headed? These tiny phrases weren't just English. They were her way into a new life. Now let's review every phrase from Mina's story. Can you remember them all? What's the purpose of your visit? How long are you planning to stay? What can I get you? Can I get an Americano, please? Tell me about yourself. For here or takeaway? Where are you headed? Is anyone sitting here? The usual. Have a seat. What interests you about marketing specifically? Don't worry about it. Mina's story isn't over. In the next episode, we'll follow her first week at the marketing agency, where she discovered that office English is a completely different world. Let's circle back. I'll loop you in. Can we take this offline? If you've ever been confused by business English, you won't want to miss it.